Alright guys, welcome back, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you guys about these lines at the very top of your program, and they're technically called preprocessor directives. Now, you know how I told you guys like in the first video that the reason that we download this piece of software is not only so we can type code in it, but also one of the jobs of this piece of software was basically to take code that we can understand. Of course, we can read this. This is the word include main, and it pretty much translates it into ones and zeros, or in other words, code the computer can understand. Now, this process, the technical term for it is compiling your program. So, what these lines are, and why I even mention that, is because before your program compiles, what it does is it includes, or it pretty much runs your preprocessor directives. Kind of a tongue twister. But basically, it's going to grab the entire file wherever we tell it to. So it's going to grab stdio.h and stdlib.h, and it's going to substitute them in place right here. Now, after all your preprocessor directives are finished completing, then it's going to go ahead and compile your program. And also, like this one right here, this stdio stands for standard input output, and that's what allows us to use that printf because it outputs stuff on the screen. So again, what this include does is basically include another file with, well, whatever we want to put in it, and I'll actually show you guys how to make your own file in just a second. Now, another preprocessor directive you can use other than include is actually one called define, and I'll show you guys how to use that right now. Pretty much type in the I call it hashtag because I'm stupid Twitter now, but the £, hit define, and what a constant is basically, it's kind of like a variable, but its value can never change. So whenever you have a variable like tuna, you can set it equal to 21, and then later on you can set it equal to 32. Well, with a constant, you can't change its value. You set it once in your program and it stays that way forever. So if you want to I don't know, just make a stupid constant just to show you guys an example called my name. And also, whenever you're making constants, make sure that you make them in all uppercase letters. And this is just so you can easily distinguish a constant from variables in your program. It's I don't know, it's just like something all programmers do. So of course, type the name, whatever you want to name your constant, and then after it, its value. So I'll just say my name is Tuna McButter. And another thing I want to point out is that you don't need a semicolon at the end of any preprocessor directive. So now, basically what's going to happen is anytime we have my name in our program, might as well use it. And what are we going to put? Something stupid like me name b, and we'll just write my name right there. So basically, what this preprocessor directive is going to do is it's going to search your program right here, and it's going to look for any instances of the word my name and replace them with the string Tuna McButter. So now, if we run this, it says me name be Tuna McButter, and of course, it did all of that before your program started compiling. So now, let me go ahead and actually show you guys how to use these in a useful kind of way. So clear this out and clear this out as well, and I want to show you guys how to include your own custom made header, and we'll actually use one of those constants because why the heck not. So the first thing we need to do if we want to include another file is, well, create a new file. So if you go to file, new, empty file, and it says do you want to add it, yes, and now you pretty much just give it a name. I'm going to name mine Bucky's info, and you also want to put .h. It's just a header file, and it's just I'll explain to you guys about the different types of files later on, but whenever we're including this, give it a .h extension. It means something special to see. So hit save, and then it says okay, pretty much, do you want to add it? Yep. And another thing I want to mention is that whenever we named it .h, what it means to see is a header file. So it creates a new folder called headers, and it organizes pretty much all your header files for you by default, which is pretty sweet. So now we have two files in our program. This first one, of course, is the one main.c, the main one we've been working on the whole time. And we also have this new bucky's.info, or excuse me, bucky'sinfo.h. Now, also take note of these other header files we include were also .h. So, in case you didn't notice that. Now, in this one, remember, what's going to happen is any code that's in here is pretty much going to be copied and substituted right whenever we write our preprocessor directive. So we can write something like, let's just go ahead and define a couple constants. So define my name, and I'll put my real name this time. No more of that tuna McButter, whatever the heck his name is. And I'll just go ahead and define age 28. So now, and we actually don't need to save these because whenever we build and run, it automatically saves all your files for you. So pretty cool. You can do it the lazy way. So now we have a little bit of code in this bucky'sinfo.h, and let's go ahead and include it in our main program. So copy this, do it the lazy way, and also delete your entire stdlib piece of code right now. And as you can see, this header and this header are brought in using the brackets. And whenever you use brackets, it pretty much means search the default place where headers are. But we can use double quotes, and double quotes means search in the same directory or the same folder is our code. And it's just a little bit faster way to bring it in. Don't really worry about it right now. And of course, type the name of your file. So again, it's going to include this one, and then it's pretty much going to copy this and paste it right in here. That's like pretty much what it does, actually. I should probably use that analogy earlier on. And then it runs your program. So now that we have this info brought in, let's make a cool program with it. I'll show you guys how to make a program that calculates the age of girls I'm allowed to date. So I'm like, alright, am I allowed to date a girl who's like 24 if I'm 28? Well, I don't know. What about a girl who's 17? Probably not. So the formula for it is this. Go ahead and make a variable called int girls age. And the formula for this is actually, and I'm going to do some math, and I know I didn't talk to you about the mathematical operators of C yet, but you guys will understand this. You take the age, and this is my age, which is 28, and you divide it by 2. Of course, to divide is just /, and I'll talk, like I said, talk about that later on. So now, of course, this is 14 for me, and you take that and add 7, and that's the age of girls anyone is allowed to date. So go ahead and think of your age right now, divide it by 2, and add 7. Don't date any girls younger than that. So this should equal 21, I believe. So now let's just go ahead and add a print statement. Don't need to do anything else. So I'll just put something like S, which would be my name, like Bucky Roberts, can date girls who are actually girls, do this, percenti or older. And of course, now we need to give it those pretty much like pieces of information it asks for, and this is, what I name it, age, or the first one is my name, and the second one is girl's age. So let's see if this works. Alright, so Bucky can date girls 21 or older. Alright, I am fine with that. Gotta go find me some 21-year-old hottie now. If anyone's listening, give me a call. Alright, so I'll talk you guys through this one more time real quick, just so it sticks in your brain and you're pretty much a pro with it. What we can do is we can write our own custom header file, and any code we put in here, as our program runs, it pretty much grabs this file, copies all the crap in it, and pastes it right here. And then your program compiles. In our program, what we did is we took my age, divided it by 2, and add 7 to that value, and it gave us the girl's age that you're allowed to date, and I got 21. So I'm going to pause this video, go find some 21-year-old hottie, and I'll see you later.